Hey guys, my name is Nicole and I'm on the Customer Advocacy Team at Scotch Cheap Flights. Along with Google Flights, Momondo is one of Scotch Cheap Flights' favorite flight search engines. Not everyone is familiar with Momondo, so we decided to put together this pros and cons roundup as well as a tutorial. You can find our in-depth Google Flights guide here or in the description below. The good about Momondo is that it searches just about every single online travel agency, or OTA as we like to call them, out there. The bigger ones that we've all heard of, like Expedia and Orbitz, or the smaller, relatively new ones like Fairboom and Explortrip. Because it searches all OTAs rather than just a few, Momondo is much more likely than Google Flights to find the cheapest possible price for any given flight. Not always, but in about 98% or so of cases, it will find the cheapest price. The bad about Momondo is that the searches are slow. Real slow. Makes sense considering how many OTAs they're searching at once. Plus, unlike Google Flights, you can't do flexible date searches. If you want to find the cheapest flight for a given route in the next 3 months, you'd have to search every single day in there. If you have any flexibility in your dates, it's typically better to start your searching in Google Flights, find the best dates, and then carry those dates over to Momondo. You can watch our video about using the two in tandem right here. Okay, I know why you're really here. You're thinking, Scott, or Nicole, are these OTAs really trustworthy? I read some questionable reviews online and I'm worried that I'm gonna get scammed. This is a common and important question. The short answer is that if you're worried that some OTA is gonna take your money and not give you the tickets, don't be. The longer answer is that most OTAs are able to offer these really cheap fares because they're skimping on customer support and they're also imposing really high change cancellation fees. If you're quite confident in your dates and you don't think you'll be needing customer support after purchasing, it could be worth the savings. Of course, if you are still feeling unsure or uncomfortable, it might not be worth the risk, and it may just be worth the peace of mind just to book directly with the airline or with a major OTA. So here we are at the Momondo homepage, and I've already put in my departure and destination. I'm flying from Chicago and going to Guatemala. I'm also going to put in my dates now because Momondo doesn't currently offer the option to search flexible dates. So I'd like to go in the summer. I'm just going to scroll to June, and let's do the 16th to the 23rd. All that's left is to click search, and this can take up to 60 seconds with Momondo. You can watch your search progress right here, and when it's done, it'll look like this: search complete. Now with Momondo, you can't customize your preferences before the search, but you can after. If we look over here on the left, we can filter for stops, and we can also change the flight duration, which is a great way to avoid long layovers. We can filter for what time of the day we depart and what time of the day we return. And if we scroll down further, we can actually filter for airline. If you'd like to change the ticket class, whether it's business or first class, you can do so just below the search bar here. You will have to do the search over again if you do choose to change ticket class. Something that oftentimes gets overlooked is the see all results. Prices are usually pretty similar to the top result, although they can vary in timing and route. So why not click see all results and take a look for yourself? So I'm first given the option to look at the cheapest nonstop flight, but if I keep scrolling down, I can see other ones that are really similar to the first result I saw before. I know that some of these are actually not better than the first result, and that's for a few different reasons. First of all, I'm keeping an eye on the total flight duration. 29 hours is a lot, even if you're going to Guatemala. I'm also looking at stops. Of course, I would love a nonstop flight, but since it's out of my budget, I'm willing to stop just once, not twice. Lastly, I'm keeping an eye on the smiley or not so smiley face. This rating shows the balance between the average flying time and the price of the ticket. So I know my first result is probably my best bet just because it did rank a 5.5. And if I want to book, I can just click go to site and that'll take me straight to Just Fly. But if I'd prefer to book with another online travel agency, or OTA as we like to call them, I can go ahead and click on see details. Once here, I can go ahead and click on show all booking sites, and then I'm taking to a huge list of online travel agencies. Lastly, I want to talk about major US carrier. What's up with that? Sometimes when you search for flights on Momondo, instead of seeing the airline name or the logo, you see major US carrier. Airlines have complicated agreements with various OTAs offering varying discounts based on schedule, routes, and other factors. In some instances, airlines are willing to give a small additional discount to OTAs on unsold seats so long as the carrier is not made public. What's more, even though Momondo says it's a major US carrier, In fact, oftentimes it's not even a US-based carrier. Luckily, there's an easy workaround to reveal the true airline's identity when it's shrouded in mystery. Compare schedules. In essence, you just have to look at the flight times of the major US carrier flight, scroll down and find the exact same flight with the actual airline listed. Because they have the same exact flight time, we can deduct that the major US carrier is Lufthansa. And so that's a mystery solved. If you found this video helpful, please give me a big thumbs up, and any questions, comments, concerns, or praise this time for the customer advocacy team, why not comment them below? Don't forget to check out our in-depth Google Flights tutorial, as well as the tutorial showing you how to use Google Flights and Momondo together to find the cheapest possible ticket out there. I'm Nicole from Customer Advocacy at Scott's Cheap Flights. Happy flight searching!